See what's cooking now in the Springer Mountain Farms kitchen.
This morning in the Springer Mountain Farms kitchen, we are talking about making a classic side dish mac and cheese, but with a method you may not have thought of yet. Chef Hardin Cowan from Acropolis is joining us this morning. Great to see you, Chef.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I love mac and cheese, so tell me how we're doing this a little bit different.
Well, first off, we're going to be cooking a little bit of pasta together today.
Perfect.
But then when we go to make our mac and cheese, it's a friend of mine's method from years ago that it was so much simpler. I've seen reductions, I've seen bechamels. His was so much simpler that he used an egg yolk just to thicken the sauce.
Perfect. All right, well, let's get started. I'll follow your lead, Chef.
All right, so from the top, I have my water boiling that I'm now generously going to season. And I brought with me today, of course, it's not classic macaroni. It's almost like it's not been cut. This
Right.
is cavatappi pasta.
Okay.
Corkscrew, as it were.
Corkscrew.
Corkscrew. I'm going to drop a little bit in, and I'm going to give it a stir.
I personally like corkscrew for my mac and cheese. I think it holds more cheese. It may or might not be true, but mentally I think so.
All right, but we're going to kind of skip a step here. That through the art of TV magic.
So normally, how long would you let this boil?
Well, this cooks for about 10 minutes.
Okay, perfect. So normally 10 minutes, it's boiled. Now what?
So now I have a little bit of cooked pasta in the same method, and I brought along some heavy cream. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be with heavy cream. You could do this also with whole milk, half and half. You might even be able to get away with doing it with skim milk, but I personally have never tried.
Okay. Mac and cheese is not one of those dishes that you want to make a diet version of. Let's just be
Probably
honest.
not.
All right, so it goes in your cast iron that's been hot. You've got your heavy whipping cream. And this is where that egg comes in that your friend told you about.
Exactly.
So you just want the yolk.
Just the yolk.
Okay, good to know. And I can hand you anything, just let me know. So before you put this in the skillet, now you cooked this pasta yesterday because you can cook it in advance.
I cooked this in advance.
And then the different method to cook, you didn't just pull it out of the water, drain it, and, seal it up. How did you do this? It involved some extra virgin olive oil, and what else?
It was a little bit of olive oil. Honestly, that was it. It came out of the water hot. And I tossed a little bit of olive oil, and I spread it across the sheet tray and let it cool down to room temperature. After I cooled it to room temperature, I came back and I boxed it up in my 6-pan.
Perfect.
Okay, so I have my other little cast iron here, and this is going to be the pan that I finish in. You see how beautifully creamy that is?
Oh, it looks so good. And that sauce is just scraping off nice and thick out of that pan. Look at that. Oh, yum.
We're going to set this aside.
Yeah,
How about we top a little bit more cheese?
might as well. It never hurt anything. Never hurt
And
anything.
to the oven we go.
Now, if you wanted to add anything to this, like maybe a vegetable like a pea, or maybe you wanted to add some bacon, would you just mix it in the pan before you put it in the serving dish?
Fully cooked, potentially seasoned, because I don't want to count on what the other elements of my dish having to pick up the flavor. Say, in the case of the bacon, I don't want to be waiting for my mac and cheese to cook the bacon in the oven.
Right.
So
you
it's
want it to be fully cooked already.
fully cooked,
okay.
crispy. In the case of the peas, that they were blanched beforehand. Frozen peas, I honestly keep a bag in my freezer at home.
Perfect.
That it's a simple accompaniment for the pasta itself.
So that's pretty easy to just kind of dress it up however you want to as well. So once the pasta is finished cooking in the boiling water, you're going to pull it straight out into another bowl.
Bowl. Hey, preferably a mixing bowl. That way I get a decent toss with the olive oil. It doesn't mean I haven't been creative myself in the past. It's like, give me a plate. I'll toss it together that way.
I would recommend that because if you're a chef like me or a cook like me, then you're going to make a mess.
But one of the words we use in the business is mise en place. Everything in its place. 3 words, but
So how do we know how much oil we need to toss with?
just enough to coat with. And honestly, anything I have extra is going to fall to the bottom of the tray.
Okay, good. So you can't really mess it up.
Well, I mean, if it's just sitting,
Don't drown it.
if it's sitting in a pool and you
Yeah.
can like touch on the bottom of the tray, you probably went a little bit heavy.
A little heavy.
Well, it's part of it's a little bit of professional touch. Those tongs over
Absolutely.
there. Thank you.
There we go. And did you just traditionally prepare the collards as well? Just the
Yes, I did.
yum.
Touch of fat back, a little bit of vinegar in there, and just a touch of hot sauce.
We've been talking about hot sauce this morning during the commercial break. I can't do a lot of heat. You, chef, love some hot sauce.
Yes, I do.
Are those bread and butter?
Yeah, yes, they are, which I know bread and butter is very much a dividing point amongst a lot of people. That some people love them, other people absolutely hate them. I was in the hatred category until I really got into barbecue.
Okay.
And it's like something about bread and butter and a good slab of ribs, they just go like magic together.
I like all pickles, so it doesn't matter to me.
All right, fair enough.
Bread and butter, deal, anything. And now that wonderful mac and cheese. Perfect, chef. This looks fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing this little almost secret way of being able to prepare some macaroni and cheese if you want to do it in advance. Being able to take care of it the night before. It works great for some busy moms. I'm sure it's going to taste great. I can't wait to dive in and check it out. Again, you are at Acropolis. We can come taste this food anytime we need to as well. Chef, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.